All right. So today I'm going to be recording my video for Marvel Spider-Man 2 gameplay trailer. I'm going to be reacting to it, doing a reaction breakdown, what I think of the combat system, what I think of, you know, the combat between Miles and Peter. This is going to be completely unedited, so it's just going to, I'm sorry, wow. It's going to be completely unedited, so I'm just going to be giving my honest opinion on things. I may have to backtrack a little bit. I'm going to analyze, Miles and both Peter and Miles' attacks. The symbiote suit. Obviously, we saw this trailer about a month ago, so if you haven't seen it now, go watch it before you see my reaction. But I'm gonna go over all my thoughts basically, and this is gonna be basically gameplay oriented. So yeah, the traversal as well, the swinging. So it's gonna be mostly gameplay oriented. I might throw in a comment here and there about what I think about maybe the narrative a little bit. I'm going to talk about Peter's voice. Yuri Lowenthal is the voice actor of Spider-Man in this game, in this franchise. I'm going to be talking a little bit about the symbiote voice. I'm not going to be talking as much about narrative or story, what I think is going to happen or what I want to happen, because I'm going to save that for a different video, I think. Right now is going to be basically just gameplay. I might add in a little bit of stuff about the story and what's going on around everything, but mostly I'm just going to be going over gameplay here, and we'll go from there. I'm going to do this now. My audio is probably not the best because I'm just using like the Mac's built-in software and whatnot. So yeah, let's get it started. Hopefully we got subtitles are on. I got myself a collector's edition too for Marvel Spider-Man 2. Super excited for that. Can't wait. So first in here we see this helicopter coming into, this is Manhattan, obviously this is the financial district. This part here was in the first two games, this part of Manhattan, so we know we'll be able to explore Manhattan regularly with both Peter and Miles, I believe.
Lizard sighted in Queens. Closing in now.
So it's funny how Lizard's in this game. I'm obviously happy that Lizard's going to be here. It'll be cool if there's I assume there'll be a boss battle and you'll have to, fight. He's pretty big, as you'll see, or as shown in the trailer. But it'd be great if Peter and Miles get to fight him. It's like you're gonna see here that you get to switch back and forth between them during story missions. Hopefully, it's a fight where both of them together are fighting the Lizard. And what they absolutely need are double team takedowns. They need Peter and Miles working together. They're two Spider-Men. They're the protectors of New York City. They fight crime together. They train together. We need to see how good they work well, or I'm sorry, how well they work together. We need to see them fighting in tandem, bouncing off each other. They use teamwork in this. They use teamwork in the other games as well, but they use teamwork here. Towards the end of this trailer, there's going to be teamwork, but we need to see awesome teamwork, kind of like they had on the trailer when they pinball that guy back and forth, and they both pick him up, they both shoot a web at him, lift the guy, and slam him into the ground in the announced trailer. That's what we kind of need. We need to see stuff like that. So this here looks like one of Kraven's helicopters, and we have Queens. So this is Queens, New York, which is awesome. I also should. So this is a new part of, because Peter lives here now. He lives in Aunt May's old house. Obviously, Aunt May passed away in the first game. Obviously, we saw the Kraven trailer too. It's just an introduction of Kraven. Basically, Kraven was in wherever he was at the time, the jungles of Russia. I think he is. I may have said the location, but he was mad at his hunters, his henchmen, for not being able to give him a good enough challenge. So he decided to come to New York, to fight. There's a screen that comes up with Black Cat and Wraith and Tombstone and Taskmaster, and of course both Spider-Men. And some of the villains of the previous game, Electro, Doc Ock, Rhino, Scorpion. Kraven wants a hunt. He wants a goddamn challenge, and let's hope our Spider-Man can give it to him. And that, I think, is going to be a great way to drive the gameplay, making Kraven super strong. So once again, I'm gonna be talking a little bit about story and what I think might happen or what I think might have happened or my speculations. But I'm gonna leave as far as like a raw story goes to another video. But let's continue. Looks like Midtown High football field right there.
The beast could be anywhere.
Now this here are Kraven's faction.
You have no idea.
Now, I think the symbiote suit looks awesome. I think it looks super cool. A lot of people have a problem with it. I don't really know why. I think it looks great. It looks pretty classic. It's got a lot of similarities, obviously. In Web of Shadows, there was like a purple hue to it, like almost like a purplish glow to it. It was kind of awkward looking, in my opinion. I prefer just the regular black. And I know it's got these lines and like it's more tentacle-like in some spots, like the biceps and on the back of the neck, as we'll see later. But I like this how it is. I think this looks really good. It looks badass, as it should. Insomniac, like, I don't know what people want. Do they want people to just, like, do they want Insomniac to just make this look exactly like the comic book suit? If that's an alternate, that'll be awesome. You know, oh, look, it's classic black suit. Hell yeah, I'll wear this in free roam. Or I'll wear this, you know, to make sure I look cool in a cutscene. But other than that, I mean, like Insomniac, they're not just gonna fucking not put their own design on it. Like they want to say this is our black suited Spider-Man. So I don't know what people want with that. I don't know why they're criticizing.
This whole lizard hunt ends now.
So Yuri Lowenthal's black suit voice is so good. It's literally amazing. I mean, he's the best voice actor for Peter Parker I've ever heard. But his black suit voice, you know, what we just this whole lizard hunt ends now. He sounds like he just wants to rip somebody's head off. And honestly, that's what I want for this game. You know, in the first game, we saw some of that spider tenacity, some of that spider anger, that willpower when he got beat up by the Sinister Six on top of you know, on top of the raft there when everyone was all of his strongest enemies were breaking loose. Like we saw him get the shit kicked out of him and keep getting back up. But I want to see some true anger here. So what I actually initially thought when I saw this is I think this is Kurt Connor's house in Queens that this faction got sent to. But what I initially thought, and what I almost want to happen in a way, is I thought Peter. They knew who Peter was, and he was in May's house. He's just home, and like this faction, Kraven's faction, is coming to hunt down Peter Parker for Kraven, Spider-Man, to literally hunt him down. I don't know why that happens, but and they're gonna take over, and they will be they're gonna try to hunt him down in Peter's house, and Peter is defending May's house like his dead aunt, and he is not having any of it. He's super angry. He's on a rampage, and he's gonna wreck these guys. And that's honestly the anger that I want to see in not only black suited Spider-Man, but Spider-Man in general, just even without the symbiote. And you'll see here that it seems like Kraven has had a meeting with Peter and Miles, or maybe just Peter, before this part of the game. So let's analyze the combat. Like I said, I want him to say, I'm defending, whether it's May's house, whether it's Kurt Connor's house, I'm defending this house. You're not getting anywhere near here. I'm gonna absolutely destroy you people. That's what I want for this version of Spider-Man, this Peter Parker. Like, you know, from Spider-Man Back in Black from the comics, or that time in Spider-Man Big Time, I believe it was, when that mugger like mugged Betty Brant, and Peter was just on a fucking rampage. He wanted to just kill somebody. So hopefully it's like that here. We get to see some of that spider rage, some of that spider tenacity, if you will. I'm actually gonna back up here for a second. So this here, it looks like there's new how do I say, there's new UI things here. Before there was a gadget web wheel that I used to call it, and that part you would hold R1, because I've been playing the remaster ever since it came out. So, and Miles too. You hold R1 for the gadgets, and you flip your right stick to select whatever gadget you're on. It looks like that's built into the right here. So it looks like the right side here is for gadgets, right here to the right. If you can see my pointer, it's on the bottom right next to the map. And on the left, that's what Peter just pulled off. Now this, obviously, the L1 plus a different attack got introduced in Spider-Man Miles Morales. Peter didn't have that in his original game. However, on Miles, you could use L1 plus square, and I think these correspond to all the buttons, so it seems left is square, up is triangle, right is circle, and down is X. And that's what it seems to me. It seems like this here is the equivalent of Miles' Venom Punch. So it's a straight punch. Miles would cock back. He would have his Venom powers, his electricity, and he would just throw a nice like right cross and just punch him. And that's when we got in the first Rhino boss fight when Miles takes down Rhino. He's able to defeat Rhino with his new Venom powers. Those were super cool. Loved fighting with Miles. So much fun. Hopefully they can do the same with the symbiote. This looks like the equivalent. Instead of the electricity punch, I'm gonna refer to Miles' Venom powers as the Venom as the electricity punch, the electricity powers, just to because literally the Venom symbiote it could be confusing. So I'm gonna say electricity attacks for Miles, and I will be saying the symbiote attacks for Peter, just to differentiate them so it's easy. So this here looks like a similar concept. The tendril comes out and just slams them back, similar to Miles' Venom punch in his own in Miles' game. Now, this looks like he just plasters guys to the wall, and this is or to the car, the whatever this is here, the Jeep. This is nothing new to. This is literally nothing new at all to these games. Guys get plastered with webs to wall and they knock them out. And it doesn't look like Peter's gonna kill somebody here, but it looks like he fucking wants to. So he just took out 2 guys with that. Let's keep going. So the web strike is still the same. I love how they have the black webs, or the black symbiote web produce its own organic webbing. They got that part down. So here, so it looks like he just threw like a couple regular hit combo. That's nothing new. It's just regular melee combat from the previous Spider-Man games. Okay, so let's go back to that. Yeah, I went back too far. So this here, it looks like it's gonna be. I love that. Leave Connors alone. Like, oh boy, I hope Peter just. I can't stress that enough. Just how much I want Peter to just fucking tear everybody up in this game. But, anyways, this here, it looks like these are on a cooldown now. So that tendril attack, we'll call it L1 plus square. It looks like that tendril attack is on a cooldown. So before how it was in Miles' game is that you had bars. You had a Venom bar. So you could keep spamming that attack as long as you had enough Venom to pull one off. And other than like the big Super Saiyan Venom Blast, or I'm sorry, we'll call them electricity. The electricity bars. Other than the big super Venom electricity blast, every attack only took 1 bar. So this looks like it's on a cooldown. Hopefully we'll be able to upgrade these to the game to where, or get some kind of way you can spend resources to where you can spam them even more. But this looks very similar to Miles' Venom Rush, or Electricity Rush, or was it an Electricity Dash? Whatever it was called, where you would press L1 plus triangle, and Miles would grab an enemy and throw them, and then there was an extension to where you would press X, and it would do an AoE electricity attack, stunning guys around him with the electricity, and it would take the other guy aerial, the guy who you tackled. It's a really cool move. I use it all the time in Miles combat. But it looks like something similar here, where Peter has his own way of shooting at him, creating a little AoE attack and getting enemies airborne. So I want to make sure. Yep. So right, if you'll see the top there. Yep, he just used this. So now he has enemies in the air, and this is just regular aerial combat. So he's just throwing a combo up in the air. That triangle plus circle right here above it. It looks like he's basically has the opportunity for a finisher, which we'll see here soon. See, that's new. He just swung under him. That wasn't in either of the first 2 Insomniac Spider-Man games. I wonder if that's just dodging, just pressing the control stick towards the enemy and dodging, just for an easier way to reposition. Kudos to Insomniac for that, if that's what it is. There's about to be a new attack here, too. So that spike, how he just, double X hand spikes the guy into the ground and the guy bounces up. I wonder what that is. I wonder if that's holding square in the air. Because when you held square in the air on the first 2 games, what it did was it was a swing kick, right? Now I wonder if they'll have regular Spider-Man without the symbiote do the normal swing kick. You hold it, Peter shoots swings and he kicks the enemy, which gives you more of a, I guess you could say, horizontal momentum, or it knocks the guy horizontally. I wonder if that's what this is here with the black suit, the symbiote suit. You'll hold square and he'll do the double axe handle into the ground, and then watch this guy bounce back up. It's kind of funny. That's a pretty cool finisher, just a tendril finisher. Now that red spider sense seems to be new to this game. Miles would turn red too at the very end of an attack, but I don't remember Peter's turning red. I don't know if Peter was able to dodge this. I'm sure the guy playing got hit by this on purpose, or whoever was playing got hit by this on purpose because they honestly probably just didn't want to. They wanted to just show off what would happen with these dogs, but I wonder if this is a new parry mechanic that we'll see here soon. Knock the dog off him. So here all he did there was he just throws a 3-hit combo and then backs off, or does this. So I love how he just fucking choke slams. He's just choke slamming people. So really cool finisher, just a choke slam. Now notice, he's saying Kraven wants a hunt, I'll give him one he'll never forget. Let's talk about that. So it seems like in this point in the game, he knows who Kraven is. I really want them to have had an interaction at this point with both Peter and Miles, because in a little bit here we'll see that Miles knows him too. And I hope that in this game that Kraven, they make Kraven so badass, so tough, that Peter and Miles both got their ass whooped by Kraven. Imagine that. Imagine if Peter and Miles both at the same time are trying to fight Kraven and they just get fucked up. Imagine, and then now Peter's like, okay, now we need to regroup. Now I have my black suit. Let's fucking go. I'm ready to kick some ass. Hopefully that's what happens. And, now he's mad. He's coming back for revenge. I'm coming back. You're not going to take... This is my city. I want it to kind of be like Arkham Knight when Deathstroke came to take over the militia. And Bruce is like, this is my fucking city. You're not going to fuck with me here. You know what I mean? Hopefully Peter and Miles do the same thing. So this is that parry I was talking about. So I don't know if that move here is going to be exclusive. You're going to have to exclusively parry this, or you can dodge it. And if you get a perfect parry, you get a counter attack, kind of like God of War. If you do a perfect parry, you can counter shit. So that's pretty cool. I don't know, this web yank is kind of weird. Everybody really likes this fucking web yank. I don't know, before you could pull weapons out of people's hands, this looks new to this game. What do? Just hold triangle and press the control stick in whatever way you want. So he just boots that guy away. So this here, he's using his webs. I don't know what this is. This doesn't seem to be another finisher. I don't know what this is. This is really cool. Obviously, he just machine gun kicks this guy in the fucking gut. And that guy is fucking dead. That guy has incredible internal bleeding if Peter's hitting that guy with any of his strength. But, yeah, let's look at this again. It's very, it's curious to know what that is. Maybe, that's just an animation that brings itself upon its own when an enemy is against the wall. Just to give you another cool animation or something else Insomniac added. But I guess we'll see. We're going to see another finisher here, another special. So this is really awesome. So it looks like this was the L1 plus X. Yep, see it's down there. So this looks overpowered. He just took out, it looks like he just KO'd 4 enemies at the same time. So he just fucking annihilated those guys. So that looks like it's going to be really useful, maybe even overpowered, in the game, where if you could take out that many guys at once, hopefully they find a way to balance that out, so that way you can't just rely on that, and it's not the easiest fucking way to kind of be cheap. So now we are going to see a switch to Miles.
Triangulating position. Target located at Harlem Fish Market. All teams converge.
Blizzard's across the river. I'm not gonna make it in time.
So that switch to Miles is what I was saying, how You know, it'd be cool if there was a lizard boss fight to where it like cuts to a really slow, like slow-mo cinematic, and then boom, square, you switch to Miles, and the camera whips around, and now you're playing as Miles. And then you go through, you fight the lizard a little bit, and then you get a cinematic, and then boom, whip the camera around, now you're at Peter again, you know? You have boss fights that way, double boss battle.
Miles, the hunters tracked Connors to the Harlem Fish Market.
It's so cool to see them working together like this. It's like, you go over here, I'll go over here, we're going to tear shit up. We will protect this city.
Lizard. I'm on it. Sounds like Craven's checking off his. We don't have much time. Move.
See, he's not fucking around. He's quick to business. You know, it could be the influence of the symbiote. It could be just, you know, you'll see. It's interesting as to why he needs Connors. Maybe he's just in a, who knows what he's going through right now. It's going to be cool to see how they, you know, how they develop both Peter and Miles as far as, you know, character development goes. But he seems pissed off. We don't have much time. Move. We're not fucking around. We have a mission, and we are going to complete it. Remember, Peter is Miles' mentor. Sometimes he may have to be a little tough on him, you know. He's a new Spider-Man. Peter's been doing this for 10 years. Miles is much newer than Peter is. And they got shit to do. It's got to get done. So, you know, for whatever reason, Peter seems to be, you know, pretty short with him, and maybe it's a symbiote, maybe it isn't, but we'll see what they do. So that slingshot mechanic, this here looks sick. I hope it can get faster than that, even faster, and cover even more distance than this, because that wasn't in the first few games. What we've all been waiting for, web wings. So this looks like it's going to be great. I wonder how much utility this is going to have. So hopefully you can pick up a ton of speed with this. So the traversal looks like it's going to be amazing.
Must be sushi night. You still got that hunter?
Still got Genki.
It's really tough hiding it from my mom, but
okay, so he looked like he was just
you still got
booking
that hunter
it.
drone you hijacked? It's really tough hiding it from my mom, but
Moving super fast.
I'll boot up and see you there.
See Kraven's hunters. So hopefully there are a ton of these Kraven's hunters, and hopefully, or you know, Kraven's faction. Hopefully they're really tough. Hopefully they're very, very, very strong and challenging enemies. Kind of like Roxxon in the Underground in Miles' game, and the only enemies I thought were hard in the first regular Spider-Man game, in Spider-Man PS4, were Sable's guys were hard, and I guess some of on the DLC, some of the Hammerhead guys were kind of hard too. But hopefully it's like that, or even more challenging. So this will be cool to see some stealth gameplay.
He's done for.
So this gadget looks new here, this web line. So this web line looks new. I don't ever remember. So you can kind of make your own path, walk on your own shit. So hopefully you can shoot multiple of them.
Look at those fish.
We're going to see a double team takedown here. Now this double team takedown, you couldn't do two guys at the same time in the first two Spider-Man, I don't think. So it's cool how you can, you know, take down two at a time and make stealth more rewarding, I guess you could say. Even though I don't really like stealth, I just jump in.
Never saw it coming.
Just bink their heads together. This gadget is so cool. Look at that. Just take three guys out at once. Plop it right in the middle. These three guys are fucking toast. Hopefully Peter has that gadget too. Or some version on it. Let's see what Miles just did. Okay, so that looked like his L1 plus triangle, if you'll see here on the bottom left. It goes from blue to red. So, obviously, Miles' electricity has gone from that orangish color to blue. Hopefully, this just means he's more powerful now. Maybe he's mastered his powers more. Maybe maybe it's something else. He found a way to make himself even stronger, more powerful, bring the heat even more than he was in his previous game. So, hopefully, it's like that. And even the combat here, it looks like Miles, he's throwing, you know, faster combinations than he did before. It looks like he's more experienced. Look, he's thrown many more punches than the first game. Now, he's got his combat down. Not that he wasn't in the first game, but now you better bet your ass he's competent as hell in hand-to-hand combat, and he's not fucking around. So he looks more fluid in his animation. This reminded me of a fucking Dragon Ball move, like a Kamehameha wave. Like he just shoots the electricity out of his hands. So cool. Okay, so Miles is choke slamming people too. So hopefully Peter and Miles choke slam a lot of people throughout this game. But There's something else I want to say. So, what button did he press here? So maybe that was just a finisher. Yeah, so that seemed to have just been one of Miles' finishers. Yeah. So in Miles' game, I don't ever remember him being able to shoot the electricity outwards like that. It was more like he had to actually make contact with something in order for his electricity to travel. So even when you would do the Venom smash, the L1 plus square and X, he would hit the ground and then it would go AoE, and the same thing for the Venom jump. So this, it looks like he can propel it away from him, which looks like it could be really useful and really cool in combat. Same idea there. Let's see what the Palpatine. Let's see which button he used. So that looked L1 plus X. So maybe he won't have his Venom punch won't be there. Maybe it'll be this move instead. That looked like it just radiated and took out 4 guys at once too. So it looks like Peter and Miles have the opportunity to be extremely powerful in combat, take out several enemies at a time, use really strong moves. I just hope that the enemies can live up to, can scale to Peter and Miles. I hope they're challenging enough and strong enough to be able to combat Peter and Miles to the point where the game's not too easy. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Garage might lead to him.
So now we have Miles tracking down Connors. Oh, because Peter couldn't get there on time. So, it's so great to see them working together. They got a mission. They got to do what they got to do at all costs.
Or through this place. He's out of control.
Hopefully they keep these little walkthrough moments to a minimum. This is cool and all, it looks cool, but it's kind of boring just walking through.
Where am I now? How'd you find me?
Follow the fish. Drone's picking up Lizard's trail.
He's still eating. We can catch him off guard.
Got Genki taking over that drone. Okay, so this here seems to be
Get behind me.
obviously it's a lizard skin, but I'm missing it. So obviously this is like a lizard skin of some kind. So it looks like he's shedding. I wonder if he'll start off small and he'll keep shedding and just get bigger and bigger. In this video, he's pretty big. You see him that he's huge in a little bit here.
It's just his skin.
Doesn't that mean he's getting bigger?
Yep.
Hungrier too.
So here's Peter. So this shot looks like, holy fuck. I guess we're seeing it from Miles' point of view, and it's, it's terrifying. Look at this. That just looks amazing. Shout out Insomniac. I can't wait to see this on my actual TV when I play the game. So even Miles is surprised.
New threads?
So new threads, right? So obviously Miles hasn't. It seems that Miles hasn't seen Peter in the black suit before. So I wonder, of course, I wonder what part of the story they're in. But this seems to be the first time that Peter's gonna have the black suit and you're gonna be able to fight through it. I wonder at what point in the game this will be.
The building's swarming with hunters.
So Peter doesn't even want to answer new threads. Just straight to business. The building is swarming with hunters. Where you're getting down to fuck, kind of like on that phone call. Miles wanted to have and perhaps a very relevant conversation. Peter, nope. We don't have much time. Move your ass right now. New threads. The building's swarming with hunters. So it's almost like Peter's just so focused on the mission. And once again, maybe it's a result of the symbiote. Maybe not. We'll see where we are at this point in the game.
Any sign of Connors?
Yeah. Genki's tracking him.
Honestly, Najee Jeter's perfect for Miles Morales too. I forget the guy's actor for the Spider-Verse film franchise. He's good too, but Najee Jeter steals it for me. He takes it as Miles Morales. Perfect. Yuri Lowenthal and Najee Jeter, perfect for the roles. Absolutely brilliant voice actors. Those are my Peter Parker and Miles Morales.
Mr. Parker. Mr.
Yankees are good too.
Spider-Man. I mean,
See, he doesn't even acknowledge
But the
that.
date isn't complete.
okay. I think I got a lock.
Genki, wait, be chill. That wasn't me.
Me neither. I don't even have a stomach, so
So it's cool how we see both their spider senses go off here.
I don't even have a stomach, so
Yeah, right there. We see both of them, and now they can both. They're both gonna jump out of the way, obviously. Yeah, Lizard looks huge.
Let's go!
Hopefully, this is just a lightning fast chase scene. It looks awesome. It looks super fast. Yeah, Lizard looks huge. I just hope there are a lot of these chase scenes in the game.
Go, go, go! Take him alive!
More traversal here.
Can't lose Connors.
What's interesting is that we never see a web zip or a point launch in this entire gameplay trailer.
Harry,
You see, you can point launch because there's a spot that this icon here, this indicator, shows that we can point launch, but we don't see them in this game. And I noticed even a lot of Let's Plays or playthroughs that I've seen for the first two Spider-Man game. A lot of people don't like point launching or web zipping. They just stick with the swinging. I like them both. I think they're great to combine into traversal, not only for speed, but I think they look cool. So hopefully we'll see some new animations and farther and faster point launching and web zipping.
can't lose Connors. Harry's dying, and he's the only one who can help.
So let's talk about that. So
Can't lose Connors. Harry's dying.
okay, so Harry's dying. Obviously, Harry Osborn, Norman Osborn's son, and in this lore, Peter and MJ's friend. So maybe that's why Peter's so goddamn serious. Is that he needs to save his best friend. His best friend is dying, and Connors is the brilliant scientist that he is. He may have the abilities to help, and he may be the only one. And that's why Peter says we need to catch Connors and we need to save Harry. Obviously, we saw that Harry had the Venom symbiote at the end of both games, actually. And Kirk Connors is working, in the lab in Norman Osborn's penthouse, where in Manhattan, where just where Harry is. Harry's sick. He has the symbiote. Who knows? Maybe that's what's healing him. And we don't even know how Peter fucking got the symbiote at this point in the game. So I'm very excited to see what's happening. How much have we seen of Harry? How close is he to death? What is Connor's role so far? How did Peter get the symbiote? It's going to be so cool to see how this all happens. Where are we in the game? Why is Kraven there? Other than just him wanting a challenge. How close is he to getting Connors? Why does he want Connors? So many questions. I will give some speculation in a later video, but from now on, let's analyze this gameplay.
And he's the only one who can
Miles
help.
still got his really cool animations, and
You
this
take the drones, I got the jet skis.
man, he's flying. This jet ski battle is so sick. Just knock these guys off. When I first saw this, I thought he was gonna ride that.
This is really,
Man, this
really
looks
exciting.
fast.
Keep it tight, man.
Nothing like a chase in Spider-Man games. It's a staple. If there's not a chase in a Spider-Man game, you can get the fuck out. There better be chases and multiple of them. They're so much fun. And man, this looks good. People that said this doesn't look good, I don't know what the fuck they're smoking, but look at how
Watch
cool
out
this
for those
looks.
drones.
It looks so
Don't worry.
immersive, so
Pick up a friend.
cinematic. Look at the speed on Miles. Sick animations. It's like, what if these guys can't swim, Spider-Man? Just knock these guys into the water, So it looks normal, shoots back, spider sense goes off, and you dodge just like the last game.
Take him out.
There's Kraven. Man, Lizard looks huge.
The East River is not a river, but in fact a saltwater tidal flat. Spider-Man is fighting on right now. Everybody down!
Now we're going to see some Peter traversal.
Help the tour boat! Frank, I've got the metal murder bird!
Again, a nice team up there. They're working together. we got to stop the villain, but also we got to save people too. Gotta love that. It reminds me of Batman and Robin the movie. You get the ice, I'll get the Iceman when they're going after Mr. Freeze. But so once again, the black symbiote web looks awesome. Great attention to detail. Shout out Insomniac once again for that. Let's take a look at this dialogue.
I warned you about going after Connors. Now this is on you.
Oh man, he sounds angry. So it's like, hey, I told you not to go after Connors. Once again, this is the mentality that I want for Peter. Hey, I told you, you're not going after Connors. Connors is the only one who can save my friend, okay? This is over. You're done hunting him, and I'm going to put an end to this at all costs. And it's over. You're done. You know, this hunt is completely over, and I hope Peter just fucking tears Kraven apart. It's going to be so cool to watch some of that fucking anger, you know, and show how powerful Spider-Man really is. It's going to be great to watch. I really hope they take it in that direction. And you hear the anger in Yuri Lowenthal's voice as Spider-Man, now this is on you. You know, like, I'm not holding anything back. You're going to pay for what you've done. See, even there I would have shown out a web zip, but see these green clouds here? Is this Oscorp foreshadowing Goblin? I really hope so. We'll get to that in my next video.
Clouds, that all you got?
Like, this is no challenge for me. I'm fucking Spider-Man.
Almost
Can't
done
do
here.
shit.
Civilians are all safe. How you looking?
This gunship won't quit.
And here's Peter's web wings. I assume this will just work the same as Miles, you know?
How you looking?
Just fly around, build some momentum with these web wings.
I'm right behind you. We'll take it down together.
So this look here, just like these tunnels they'll have, it looks like just a spot to increase speed. If you hit them, like kind of being rewarded for being accurate. Oh, you're accurate in a tight spot? Here, make you faster.
No time.
See, even Peter, he's like kind of like shoving Miles away, like telling Miles no, there's no time for this. I can do this on my own. Instead of being like, yeah, let's take it down together. You know, make sure we get the job done in an efficient way. No, I'll do it myself. Kind of being like rash, out of control, quick to make decisions instead of thinking about it for that extra split second so they can make sure they do the right thing. It seems that way that Peter's going, and once again, maybe it's the symbiote. It'd be interesting to see if. Actually, I just thought of this. It'd be interesting to see if we found out at some point that the symbiote doesn't change mood at all. It doesn't increase aggression, doesn't increase mood, and all of this is just coming from Peter. Like, he's under zero manipulation from the symbiote, and this is Peter's actual rage and anger in this game. Once again, it seems that he's had an interaction with Kraven before. Maybe Kraven hurt Miles before, someone he cares about. Maybe he hurt Mary Jane. Imagine that. Maybe he hurt Black Cat in his hunt. You know, people that Peter truly cares about, and he just truly is angry. Like, it's not even like he's under the manipulation of the black suit. He's just super mad, and he wants to just tear somebody's head off. And the symbiote just makes him more powerful, but doesn't manipulate his mood, his attitude. Imagine if they took it in that direction, and this is just truly how Peter feels. And then have Miles talk him down. You know, say, hey, this isn't you. This isn't the Spider-Man I looked up to. It'd be cool if they went in that direction with it. But once again, as I've been saying a million times, we'll see, right? More web wings. See, I would have point launched right over that.
Time to go boom, boys.
No.
See, it looks like he's just ready to blast this thing to bits.
Spider-Man has got defenses.
This kind of reminds me of when, Miles was getting pulled into that helicopter in his game. Peter saved Miles, now we got Miles saving Peter.
Over there. Whoever's attending. Move.
So this here, it's an underwater scene. Man Lizard's huge. Yep, Miles has his invisibility powers too, so he's able to camouflage himself, which is really useful. Especially in a situation like this. Got Genki coming to save Miles. This is a cool scene with him in the water. But I don't know why he just doesn't swing up to the bridge and just use the fucking bridge to swing. Or run along the bottom of it or something, but I guess it's just a way to show off, Miles' ability to dodge Connors. Or maybe he wants to stay closer to Connors and not let him escape.
I do not want to be Lizard Boots.
Hopefully this is just more cinematic than anything else rather than a challenge, because it's nice to get a break from gameplay and watch something cool. Man, Wizard looks awesome. Let's go back to that. Wow, he looks great. I wonder if that'll be his final form, because we saw he was shedding. Yeah, more people on the dock, so now Miles has got to save these people. And once again, this just looks so fast, as it should. They're Spider-Man. They're fast as fuck.
Trying to take out that gunship. Can't get close enough.
But I can. I'm one of them, remember?
Oh, that's it. Hey,
It'd be cool if this was a traversal mechanic too, with Genki, like, you know, you call him in and he just like drags you along.
alley-oop on three.
Alley-oop on three. That's so cool how they maybe they like plan this, like, hey, when I say alley-oop, that means we're gonna throw this. This looks so good. So it's interesting to hear how Peter is using more of his tendrils rather than like the web. Like, see this pole? He grabs it almost like the tendril sticks out and grabs that to swing around the pole.
1, 2.
So Miles is charging it up with electricity, and then Pete's gonna throw it with his tendrils. And now they take it down, the Metal Murder Bird. Both Spider-Men working together to take that fucking dangerous ass ship down. Let's watch that sequence again.
Hey, alley-oop on three.
Looks like a little quick time event. Yeah, fine, you know.
1, 2, 3. Alley.
Oh, that teamwork is so beautiful. I love that. Now, I really hope there's a ton of teamwork moments in that. Like, you know, to see that the two Spider-Men working together like that and in a cool cinematic, I mean, I have a hard time believing I'll ever get tired of seeing those. So hopefully there are a ton of double teams just like that. Whether it be for boss fights or stopping ships or stopping buildings from falling, whatever it may be. See, like, Peter's like borderline thinking about not saving these people. He's borderline thinking about going after Wizard. See, he's not happy about it. He just fucking chucks this guy to the ground. See, the old Peter never would have done that. He would have fucking said, you know, make sure you're okay, get to safety. This guy, he just fucking chucks him to the ground. And even Miles does like a little, almost adult. He's like, what the fuck, man? He's like, are you kidding me? Look at him. He like looks over. He's like, are you serious? He's like, what the fuck, Peter? He's like, that's not the Peter I know. He's like, my mentor wouldn't do that, you know? Even the guy is shocked.
He got away from us.
Oh, that voice.
It's good, Pete. I saved the tracker.
See, even Miles is trying to say, hey, it's okay. We can still get him, you know? We did the right thing. Now let's go after him.
Let's go, man, before he gets too far.
No. He's mine.
You sure?
You see, it's like, why?
He's got big teeth.
So do I. He's not normally like that, right?
No. He's never like that.
We're going to watch this again. We're going to watch that sequence again from when they start talking.
He got away from us.
Yeah, so he's mad.
It's good, Pete. I saved the tracker. Let's go, man, before he gets too far.
No.
So it's almost like, once again, he's almost like dismissing Miles at this point. Like, he wants to do everything on his own. I wonder why that is. Maybe he just wants to, who knows?
He's mine.
You sure? He's got
Man,
big
that
teeth.
anger. Man, those eyes look great. I think the symbiote suit looks really good.
So do I.
So do I.
He's not normally like that, right?
Webwing?
No. He's never like that.
So, Miles has never seen him like that. It would seem Miles is worried at that point. Now, it seems like it's going to come up to a boss battle at some point between Peter and Miles, which I'll get into later, but it'd be interesting to see them take it in the narrative of Peter is becoming not himself, and he's becoming dangerous. And Miles needs to talk him out of it and say, hey, this isn't the Spider-Man I knew. This isn't the Spider-Man I looked up to. This isn't the hero that always did the right thing no matter what. That, gave up so much to save everybody else. And once again, my hero. It's kind of like Peter and Otto. When Peter, at the end of Spider-Man PS4, you were everything I wanted to be. How you never gave up. You always just wanted to help people. What if it goes that direction? It's almost like Miles becomes the mentee. Miles becomes what Peter was in the first game. And Miles has to talk Peter out of it and say, hey, this isn't you. This isn't the Spider-Man I know. I'll talk a little bit more about that in my story predictions, I guess you could say. But let's continue. And then we got the white, beautiful Insomniac's White Spider, and then the symbiote coming right over it. Wow. So I just want to say a shout out Insomniac, an awesome way to, I know this is well overdue, but an awesome way to reveal this game, what this game is going to show, what it's going to be all about, have us, infer some things, make some predictions. Shout out Insomniac, and I can't wait till October 20th till I play this game. Be greater together, that's so good. Wow. Yeah, and we got our release date October 20th, as I just said, so that's it.